I'm running it back to the infamous deadly 1991 Stampede, organized and promoted by Diddy Combs. This was a negligent tragedy and the start of a dark cloud that has followed Diddy throughout his career. Stick around as we go over the gritty details of that night and the events that unfolded at a celebrity basketball tournament that changed lives forever. But before we run back this tea, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. You won't want to miss a thing. Let's rewind the tape to the beginnings of Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, aka P. Diddy, aka Just Diddy. Born in Harlem, New York, the place where his father was murdered when Combs was 3. 9 years later, the family moved to Mount Vernon, New York, where Combs attended the prestigious Mount St. Michael Academy. Diddy took his talents to Howard University, where he studied administration. But let's be real. His real education was happening outside the classroom. While at Howard, Diddy's entrepreneurial spirit caught fire, and he began throwing legendary parties that put him on the map. But it wasn't until his internship at Uptown Records that Diddy's star truly began to rise. Rubbing elbows with the likes of Heavy D and Mary J. Blige, Diddy quickly learned the ins and outs of the music industry. Fast forward to 1991, Diddy, then known as Puff Daddy, decided to host a celebrity basketball tournament to showcase his talent and connections. But things quickly took a turn. On December 28, 1991, a tragic incident occurred at the City College of New York gymnasium during a charity basketball game featuring notable hip-hop figures of the time, such as Heavy D, Big Daddy Kane, Ed Lover, and many more. The event, which attracted nearly 5,000 attendees, far exceeded the gym's capacity of 2,730. The overwhelming crowd led to a chaotic situation outside the venue, with individuals breaking through glass doors in an attempt to gain entry. Unfortunately, the doors at the bottom of a staircase leading to the gymnasium opened inward into the lobby, exacerbating the crush of people trying to enter. Despite the escalating situation, these doors remained closed for up to 15 minutes. Tragically, 9 people lost their lives in the crush at the bottom of the staircase, while 29 others sustained injuries. The victims hailed from various neighborhoods in New York City and its environs, including Harlem, the Bronx, Brooklyn, and New Rochelle. Among them were individuals like Jabal Rainey, Leonard Nelson Jr., Letitia Hurd, Sonia Williams, Dawn McCain, Yul Dargan, Charisse Ann Noel, Darren Brown, and Dirk Swain. Despite the loss of life and injuries, no criminal charges were filed in connection with the incident, though multiple wrongful death and personal injury lawsuits were initiated. Puffy, as he went by back then, said he's not to blame for the 1991 Stampede. Combs took the witness stand at a multi-million-dollar negligence trial in the State Court of Claims to publicly answer questions about his role in the incident for the first time. Combs testified that CCNY was responsible for security and safety at the celebrity game. He denied overselling tickets to the event and said police ignored his request for help when the crowd became unruly. The stampede occurred after hundreds of people tried to push their way into the jam-packed gym. Outside court, the rapper offered an apology for the incident and condolences to the victims and their families. "I'm sorry for being the promoter of the event," he said. "I just pray for the families and pray for the children who lost their lives every day. It's a tragic event, and my heart goes out to the families." But his statements did little to mollify the bitterness of survivors and their kin who are suing him and the City University for millions of dollars in damages. Several asked yesterday why Combs has remained publicly silent for 7 years. He's passing the buck, passing the blame, instead of accepting responsibility, said Nicole Levy, 23, who escaped the crush but watched as her best friend died. "I feel he was coached to lie," said Benjamin Andrews, 30, another survivor whose 17-year-old cousin, Leonard Nelson, was killed. "He's trying to cover himself." One of the victims, Dirk Swain, had narrowly escaped death previously, surviving a gunshot wound to the head at a fraternity party in Virginia earlier that year. The aftermath was a media frenzy, with fingers pointing in every direction. Diddy found himself at the center of a storm, facing scrutiny and backlash. It's a shame that Diddy didn't take this as an opportunity to repent and look at himself He is now in the fight for his life. With all his tea being spilt in federal court, rest in peace to all the victims who have lost their life along the way. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, stay confident, stay consistent, and keep chasing those dreams.